Wrists in the handstands, a big deal. A lot of folks are pursuing handstands, have a hard time with the wrist demands involved, right? One of the biggest things that will make an improvement to your handstand development is frequency. Doing it 3-4 times a week perhaps is gonna accelerate your progress rapidly compared to once a week. With that though, comes a lot of wrist abuse for folks, especially if the wrist mobility is limited in extension, right? So you're not going to be able to practice as often, you're going to have a lot more pain in the wrist, and often for folks, the wrist is the biggest limiting factor in being able to practice their handstand. Here's a great couple options of how to address that, guys. Again, if your wrist extension is limited, it's going to take a beating when you're on flat ground. Something like these $20 P-bars off Amazon are phenomenal because now I can practice much more volumes and not have to have that compression and that extension in the wrist all the time when I'm doing my handstands. I can do maybe one of my days or part of my day on these P-bars and have the wrist stacked, right? And have a lot more, or a lot less abuse taken on the wrist in the process. It's also gonna facilitate external rotation, which is a nice little bonus, right? And for a lot of folks, they find they can achieve a better shoulder position when they're on bars like this and the wrist isn't the limiting factor. Because again, when my wrist extension is limited, I'm not gonna be able to stack myself because my wrist is here. So I'm gonna have to lean back and arch super in the back to create a stacked position, okay? So this takes away that. If you don't wanna get these, dumbbells work well as well, just a little less stable, so be aware. If you don't wanna use either, another great option is simply putting your hands on some plates so that the wrists are slightly elevated. And a lot of folks will find that takes the pressure off the wrist, and now they can put the focus where they want it and can get some more practice on their handstands. Enjoy, guys.